Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
I don't need the mic though. Good afternoon, brothers. Victor Rogers here. Super excited to talk about a venture that I started called Sustainable Growth Creative. But super excited to be here with y'all. Just because he started out with the Alpha Leadership Academy. I'm a MU class graduate, so definitely always want to speak to doing the Alpha Leadership Academy. A little bit about me, Spring 08 Deuce Tail from Nu Theta. Spent a lot of time out here with BG. Shout out to all the BG bros, man. Love y'all guys, and I'm looking forward to enlightening y'all about what's going on in the artificial intelligence space. So a little bit about the venture, Sustainable Growth Creative. You can go to the next slide. Sustainable Growth Creative, what we do is educate, advocate, and train people in artificial intelligence. And been in business since February of 23. And what we'll do today is kind of just talk about artificial intelligence and actually how you can use it. Before this session is over, I'll open up a couple of LLMs and a couple of different things, and we'll talk about the different functionalities of AI. But from a high level, what we really want to do is ensure that individuals are aware of the shift in society right now around artificial intelligence. Y'all young, so when y'all get into the job market, it's going to be like just normal. Versus me, I've been in the market for about 15 years, right? So just preparing people. So hopefully this is ideal. Again, the venture is called Sustainable Growth Creative. That's a little bit about what's going on. I'm one of those guys who I'm not going to read the slides. They're there to keep me from rambling, right? But whatever's on here is ideal. That's me kind of with the Richmond background. My hair a little longer than that now. But yeah, we can go to the next slide. All right, so 3 main things that we're going to talk about today. Y'all can write these down if you'd like. Number 1, LLM. Does anybody know what an LLM is? Can you name one outside of ChatGPT? Give me another one.
That's what I used to.
Dope. Anybody else?
Llama.
Good, yeah. Good job. Yeah, because that's Meta AI, so that's Llama. Go ahead.
Gemini.
Good job. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anybody else?
Bard.
Good job. That's what I'm talking about. Who else? Siri? Siri, I would say, is more of a tool that can leverage the functionality of an LLM. However, Apple AI just came out, so they're gonna do a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure the back end of all of that is gonna be Copilot. So I love that y'all are already ahead on all that. We'll talk about those tools, and I'll have a prompt library to share with y'all on the back end. But that's what an LLM is. Now, prompt engineering. Who in here does not know what that term means? All right, boom. All right, bet. Prompt engineering, all that is just how you communicate with the tool. When I say tool, for the most part, we're talking about LLMs, whether it's Bard, Perplexity, ChatGPT, any of them, right? You got to give them instructions for them to work effectively. A use case that I like to talk about a lot is getting jobs, getting internships. Y'all are about to graduate, I think, so but before y'all would have went into school, identifying how to, hey, there is a scholarship I'm trying to apply for. Can you tell me the best way to answer these questions? That's the concept of prompt engineering. Very basic and fundamental, first steps of how you leverage AI, right? And it wouldn't surprise me if eventually you'll start seeing that stuff on job descriptions, right? Now, fusion skills. Has anybody ever heard that term before? So, augmented intelligence. Augmented intelligence, in essence, is where you, the individual human, and the machine are working simultaneously and fusing one another to come out with an output. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but because I only got 30 minutes, I just wanted to make sure that those were the 3 main things that we open up this session and we make sure we get some understanding on. So we can go to the next slide. Now, how does this help as far as being a chapter president? Any correspondence secretaries in here? So, in your opinion, is there a use case that you can leverage AI to be more efficient in your role with the chapter?
Yeah, so you can leverage AI into email responses, things like that. Best way to respond to different people that you're trying to reach out to as well, and how to answer them, communicate effectively.
Affirmative. Anybody else? Talk to the brother. Matter of fact, say our names in your chapters too, just because I want to, be a little bit more engaging.
I was for Shay Garayota. I use it for templates. A lot of templates. You can use it to format flyers, things like that also.
Dope. Yeah, marketing material. So I won't get into that today, but y'all can write this down. It is Microsoft it's Design, MS Design. I think I can't think about the name off the top of my head, but Copilot has a functionality where you can actually leverage their tool to make flyers a little bit more efficient than ChatGPT. MidJourney is probably the best one. I think we probably all heard about MidJourney, right? Dope. Okay. Anybody else around correspondence secretary responsibilities? All right. Now, the reason why I asked this gentleman about how he can leverage AI in his actual role is primarily because y'all in college. Y'all want to have as much time to enjoy the time that y'all have here. We all know the phrase, college days, what?
Swiftly pass.
All right. Now, we don't want them to swiftly pass while we're spending all our time being alphas. We want them to swiftly pass while we are being efficient being alphas, right? So leverage these tools in any capacity that you can. But preparation for competitions is ideal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did BG win Chapter of the Year last year? Who won Chapter of the Year last year? Oh, you probably did? Iota Beta. That's UVA, right? Yeah. Shout out to y'all know Jordan. I can't even. The twins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He be on Bloomberg. Yeah. Love y'all chapter, man. Yeah. Lock into what he got going on. But let's be clear. UVA, all those guys are super smart. How y'all gonna compete with them, right? Use artificial intelligence to put y'all foot on the competition's neck. Y'all can't let them keep winning. I know y'all competitive, right? So whether it's making sure that y'all brochures are ideal, or whether it's like, hey, the curriculum that they're judging us on is X, Y, and Z. Putting that in any of these LLMs and then just getting it to spit out like, hey, you're missing here, you're missing here, that's gonna help. And a little trick, I mean, like if y'all can get their presentation from last year, put their presentation in ChatGPT and be like, yo, what can I do to beat them? Like open your mind, be creative, but those are a couple of different ways that in leadership, whoever's the chapter of the year president, or not president, committee chair, that's definitely ideal. We've already talked about event marketing, so we can go to the next slide. Financial secretaries, raise your hands. What's your name? Where you from?
Jalen, Iota Beta.
All right. How do you think that you can leverage artificial intelligence in an ethical way when it comes to financial management?
Maybe just like asking it how like a good budget process does. I actually did that, so I asked like a good budgeting process for the chapter, how to like maintain records, and then like facilitate that through AI.
Awesome. Anybody else? I like to hear. We're gonna get to all y'all. Go ahead, brother.
Cameron General, New Data.
Hey, y'all see the shirt?
I see.
You know the vibes. Go ahead, talk to me.
It can use for calculations and like spreadsheets.
Dope.
I like to use for when I was creating the budget for this year, I used AI to kind of give like a realistic understanding for if we have this much money, like budgeting to a way that's realistic for everybody to get the most efficient bang for your buck.
Dope. Anybody else like to contribute? Talk to me, brother.
Miles Johnson at Iota. So I used it to like kind of have AI analyze our budget and kind of do forecasting, looking at different trends, like different expenses and expenses we have for the year, and to see like what we need to do moving forward to make sure that we can stay within our budget.
Awesome. Now, the brothers who just heard that, right? What I can tell you is while you're in college, like cut your teeth on using these tools like through the chapter, right? Because when you get into a corporate world, so I'm a recruiter. Been working in the talent acquisition space in Richmond, Virginia for a decade. I'll tell you, like, if you can get in an interview and you can tell a recruiter, if applicable, how you've leveraged artificial intelligence while you were in college, right? That just looks extraordinarily attractive to an employer, right? And we're so new in this space, just high level. ChatGPT was released, ChatGPT, I want to say 3. Yeah, it was probably 3.5, came out in November 2022. So we're still early. So any way you can incorporate that you have an ability to use the tool in any capacity, that's gonna be ideal. So make sure that y'all get as much practice as y'all can leveraging the tool because, guys like me gonna wanna hire y'all. And if you can go to the next slide. One more. So this is just kind of the same thing. So like smart scheduling. I think when I was in school, we used to have like web jams, right? But guys that now me be the guy thinking who I am. Like sometimes you want to make sure you have your event and you ain't want to kind of like clash with another organization, right? So like maybe if the Qs and the Kappas were doing their little, I can't remember what the events were called, but like putting that information like 6 months ahead and making sure you're properly able to schedule to ensure optimal success. That's definitely a way you can leverage that, as well as predictive attendance. Yeah, I think that understanding what them ticket prices are going to go for, and then when you can start increasing those numbers. So like the first 100 going for like 5, but then if you're looking at the last couple of years, like the web jam usually sold out like, I don't know, like on Thursday. So like Friday, we can move the number up to X, Y, and Z. Like a lot of different use cases. And one of the things that I want y'all to do is like just practice communicating with any of these tools. And then when you're using the tools, tell the tool to help you. So like this is just like a one-on-one training kind of thing, right? But like the best person that can really help you is actually the tool itself. So we can lock through that. Next slide. Yeah, personalized learning. Who in here knows Chinese arithmetic? Chinese arithmetic. Nobody? I didn't either. And I still don't. But there's a prompt that I use to learn it. It's gonna sound crazy, but trust me, man. This prompt is a prompt that kind of just, I came up with one time when I tell people it kind of helps them learn stuff. So you can learn anything. The reason why I say Chinese arithmetic, that's super hard. Like y'all just Google it, ask what Chinese arithmetic is in your phone. Like it's a super old mathematical kind of like educational process or whatnot, right? But in the process of learning it, what I did was I said, when you're using a tool, give it a personality and a personality and then a task, right? So the personality that I gave it was speak in the style and tone of Donald Trump, right? But use the verbiage and the energy of Barack Obama. Now, the objective behind that is this: right, wrong, or indifferent, Donald Trump speaks down to a constituency that can grasp things that they normally couldn't. Like when I was in school, Obama won in 08, right? So like, when he came on, like I was super hyped, and like when actually, ODU had a ball that night when he won, but like the way he spoke was really, I guess not necessarily for the lay person, but he communicated effectively versus Trump. Trump is able to get a constituency that like really never really paid attention to politics, right? To really pay attention to politics. So whether it's make America great, build a wall, any of these terms, right? The way he talks is a specific way he talks. And when you put that in conjunction with the vernacular of Barack Obama, you'll be surprised at what you can learn. So I did it. And when I did it, it was able for me to kind of grasp the concept of Chinese arithmetic. My LB be like, Vic, don't nobody know what Chinese arithmetic is. You need a better use case. But I'm telling you, man, that's like super hard though. But needless to say though, when you're talking to the tool, whether you're a fan of politics or a fan of comedy, like, hey, give it to me with the humorous undertone of Eddie Murphy or if you like music, Kendrick Lamar, right? The tool will then respond to you as such, right? So that's definitely one of those things where personalized learning can be better. When I was in school, I used to record my teacher's lectures, or I used to like write a lot of note cards, all right? Now you don't necessarily, you can do that, but you do it in a more efficient way. Skills gaps, any thoughts or questions or feedback? Because we're going to get into some more stuff in a second. Talk to me.
I do want to say, from talking about AI, be careful what you do, like give it, meaning you need to give it data or things that you've already used. So if you say like for the budget, if you give it random numbers and you don't give it any feedback on it, it's going to make up random things, and it may look nice, but it'll be wrong, and you'll find it out at the very end.
100%. So what he's speaking to is a concept called hallucinations. And write this down. Number one tool when you're using AI is garbage in, garbage out. And then there is a concept called RAG. That's called retrieval augmented generation. So if you are putting information into the tool, that's a RAG methodology, right? But then don't take the information at face value. Battle test it across a couple of different LLMs to ensure efficiency. Anybody in here sports gamblers by show of hands? 1, 2, it's only 2 of y'all. Y'all can't. It's all right. Yeah, I know they front. That's my dudes over there. Like, yeah, so like what I'll do is just kind of give you an idea of what RAG looks like. There's a website called Action Network, and they'll come out with articles, about 10 articles a week about football. So I'll take all those articles, I'll put them in ChatGPT, and then I'll give it a prompt, and I'll say something like, hey, act as if you are a sports bookie for 25 years, take the information here, find a consensus, and create a parlay for me, right? So that is an actual use case that you could use, but it also demonstrates that, when you're able to like speak to it effectively, it can yield some positive results. No, I haven't won too many bets yet, but I'm out here, it's only in week 2 of the NFL season, so we're gonna see how that goes. We can go to the next slide. Any historians in here? Yeah, so when it comes to leveraging artificial intelligence, definitely want you to take advantage of the tool, because like capturing the history of what we've been doing for a long time, sometimes we get lost. Like, I kind of came through like right before like the internet was like, what the internet is today. Like, y'all can find my show on YouTube, but like now 06, shout out to Fall 06, their show is like still online, and what you could do from there is go to like that website, go to YouTube, look at the show, and then analyze the comments, and then kind of get a feel of what was going on. So then if you want to like present information in any capacity, you can say, hey, this is what the energy and the feel was, because that's like 15 years ago, and those comments are still there. So like you can use it for that. You can use it for taking pictures, like, and archiving them in one spot. So a lot of different use cases that we're talking about here, a lot of different functionalities here, and they pretty much work across most of the tools. And I'll get specific in a couple of them in a second, but you can go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Same thing there. If y'all want to look at that real quick, because this is actually what I really want to talk about, right? So any fans in here are Earn Your Leisure? Bet. So I was at InvestFest a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to show y'all a clip from Van Jones. And he said something that was super dope. And we're going to talk about these 4 tools. Well, we're going to talk about 2 of them in particular, just because we have a time crunch. And click that link. Click that, and then it should pop up. Oh, yeah. And does it have sound?
For my mind, I have an acronym I call Mrs. G. MRSG. Mrs. G.
Well, actually, that's great. All right, bet. So go ahead.
To take over the world.
Yes, you will take over the world if you use this tool this acronym effectively.
ChatGPT, everybody's talking about. To keep the other 4 in my mind, I have an acronym I call Mrs. G. MRSG. Mrs. G. MidJourney. Okay. Runway. Because I'm used to be writing. Suno. Gamma. Okay, ChatGPT, and then Mrs. G. MidJourney. Runway. Suno. Gamma. With those 5, whatever you are doing right now, you can do better. Whatever you're doing right now, you can dominate. You can go faster. You can save money. You can make what you already are doing more beautiful, more impactful. All you need is 5 apps to take over the world.
All right, so now, go back. And all the way to the left, yeah. All right, bet. So then hit Sono. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, bet. So I'll tell you to hit play in a second. So I'm gonna embarrass my wife. Sorry. I made a love song for my wife, and her nickname is Peanut Butter Cup. Right now, granted, when Van Jones is talking about taking over the world, how you can use this tool called Sono, you can use this tool to create music. And you can use it to create theme music, you can use it to create a lot of different things, right? I kind of think the song that I made was kind of dope. If y'all think it's whack, let me know, you know? But it's definitely one of those things where I wanted to introduce this to y'all because if you have the imagination, if you have the thought process in mind that, you know, any kind of, anybody actually can turn into a #1 selling artist right now, right? And this is the tool that he referenced in that clip. Go ahead, hit play. Let's hope that plays.
I see you in the morning glow. My heart just knows where it wants to go. You got that sweet inside, wrapped up in chocolate pride. Hold you close when the night is cold. Your love got me losing control. Every moment that we share melts away my every care. Oh, my peanut butter cup, you fill my heart with love. You're my sweetest prize, shining in the lights. Through the highs and all the lows, our love is something that only grows. You're my favorite tree, makes my life.
Yes. Yeah. Now, was it what? Was what? All right, shout out to my peanut butter cup in the back. So all I did was tell Sono create a 90s R&B song with a catchy hook for my wife, and her nickname is Peanut Butter Cup, right? So any kind of way that you can incorporate, I'm always go to ODU. We had web jams back in the day. If you want to say, hey, you know, make a trap song with X, Y, and Z or whatnot, like you just get in there and you get creative. But y'all don't even necessarily have to come up with the stuff off the top of your head. You can actually use the tool to say, hey, come up with lyrics, come up with prompts, come up with anything like that, right? So check out Sono and then Gamma. Anybody from Gamma in here? All right, shout out to the third house, man. Those are the homies, man. I'm a former ZDL president, so I always gotta show love to Gamma. But the tool is called Gamma.ai, or actually it might be Gamma.app. Well, either way it go, you can find it if you just type in Gamma AI, right? This presentation that we're looking at, that's Gamma, you know? So if you have to do a pitch deck, if you have to use PowerPoints, anything like that, what Van Jones said was very effective, right? If you have some music to put over a pitch deck, right? But then the images that you use for MidJourney is just another tool that creates super dope images, right? And then Runway is what you would use to actually put all this stuff into a video clip, right? And then you can just put that out there to society. Now, that's one of those things where you're gonna have to, you know, play with it a little bit more and really get comfortable with it, right? But from a high level, though, definitely wanted to introduce, you know, ChatGPT, MidJourney, Runway, Sono, and Gamma to you all today, because all those tools, when you use them together, it's a multimodal methodology, right? So when I say multimodal, that means you're using text, that means you're using voice, and you can use image. So if I wanted to make a song about my wife, I could just put a picture in there like, hey, make a song that describes this image, and it'll make a song in Sono. And then of this song, take the lyrics and put the lyrics into Gamma. Hey, this is a song, I want to highlight this song, make a presentation about it. And then with MidJourney, give me some extra images to make my wife look like a sexy Japanese animation character or something, right? To like make it really, really intentional, really, really focused, and then maybe use Runway to like put it all together at once. You put that out there, and like even if you have like one person in the chapter who was focusing on one of these tools, like the more that y'all are using these tools, the better you're gonna get using them. And then even after that, understand that these tools are like getting better every day. So like right now, ChatGPT just dropped a new version called, they're calling it 4.1. It used to be called, it was called Strawberry before, but like the tools are like getting better and better and better. So like even if y'all have never used the tools, it's definitely you know, opportunities for y'all to get out there and catch up. And again, don't let the competition get ahead of y'all, because there's going to be a lot of opportunity and money that's going to you know, present itself. Right now, McKinsey came out with a report that said, I want to say it's going to be like $2 trillion made off the generative AI boom, and like $500 billion of that $2 trillion are going to go to households, right? Who in here is going to get to the money, and who in here is going to get the opportunity to leverage the tools? Go to the next slide. All right, so that's the presentation from a macro level. That's my info. You can check me out. I love to support y'all, man. I got fees and stuff, but y'all frat, so like, you know, we can work something out. Check the website out, victorrogers.ai. On link, who doesn't have a LinkedIn in here? Don't be ashamed. Who doesn't have a LinkedIn? All right, we got one brother. All right, bet. So you get with me on the back end, and I'm gonna help you create your LinkedIn. But you gotta have a LinkedIn right now because I'm gonna be honest with you. They're hiring people off of LinkedIn. It's kind of like right now though, with the election coming up, it's a bit of a hiring freeze. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see a lot of people looking for work, but when we're looking to hire people, we're hiring them off of LinkedIn. So the most active place where you can see what we got going on is gonna be on our LinkedIn page. Just type in Sustainable Growth Creative. I got an Instagram, but I don't keep it up as much as I should. I need to hire an intern. And we got some info on there as well. And then like this presentation that we're doing right now, I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and I got a couple other ones on there right now. So you know that's where you can find us. I think that is everything for the most part. Now open up a couple of different tools in a few minutes. But thoughts, questions, feedback so far.
Question.
Talk to me.
All right, my name is William from here, Better Gamma Spins with the 2 Group Club. We're always talking about, especially like on the undergrad level, people are always talking to us about the dangers of AI, like what we can and what we can't do. So like, what would be some absolute don'ts that you would recommend to not do with AI?
Gotcha. So number one, if you really want to be intentional, there's a concept called ethical AI. Look into that. There's an institute that kind of really speaks to that as well. But don'ts. Y'all don't own these tools. Don't put your personal information on there. Like, you know, I wouldn't put proprietary information on there. Now, I pay for ChatGPT, right? So at the bottom of the thing, it says that your information will not be used to train the model. But big tech has been on a lot. So, you know, I wouldn't put anything into any of these tools right now that you're not comfortable with. So like when it comes to resumes, I don't think it's bad to put resumes in there because most people have their resumes on like ZipRecruiter or on Monster or things like that. So they're already online. And for y'all's information, like most of these tools have literally been trained on every single thing on the internet. ChatGPT in particular since October of 2023, right? So if it's on the internet, it's free game, you know? But if you got medical records or if you got anything that, you know, you just kind of don't, like the ritual, right? Heaven forbid, you know, that gets out. It wouldn't surprise me though, because, you know, guys get a little bitter. But like stuff like that, right? Don't put anything like that onto any of these large language models. Gotcha. Any other questions? Awesome. So I think we're doing good on time. I can pull up a couple of different windows, and if y'all had any kind of use cases or questions or like anything like that y'all would be interested in, like we can kind of just do a quick workshop, and you know, we'll go from there. So good on time. We got till 2. Oh yeah, that's about 5 minutes. Perfect. Has anybody, have y'all heard of Poe before?
Well, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Gotcha, so I do Poe as well. Yeah, good. All right, good. So, all right, when I'm using these tools, I usually leave them open like this, and I'll leave them open in a couple of different tabs like that. And what I'll do is I'll take information from one and another, and I'll build from there, right? So if just we wanted to freestyle something, and actually this is the newer version right here. So ChatGPT 01 preview. So this is the probably like literally last 24 to 48 hours. It's probably the most up-to-date, highest power tool that we have. And then actually while we're in here, I want to do this too. So whenever I get a chance, I want to shout out this young lady. Her name is Erin Riddick. Have you ever heard of ChatGPT? All right, bet. So I'm gonna use that now. from the crowd, does anybody have anything that we would want to use just to kind of like get the ball rolling about anything? Alright, so what y'all see is chicken scratch intentionally because I always want the room to know when we're doing this that you don't necessarily have to have the spelling genius of you don't have to have a spelling genius to do much of nothing, right? It'll do it for you, so don't worry about being overly correct, right? So I took that from here. What we'll build on is we'll build on it from here. So then I'll go into Claude. So Claude is a different tool. Claude will allow you to put a lot of information in one place, like it's super dense. So like if you want to make a book, Claude is the tool to use, right? So now we have this information. So I'll copy and paste it, and then I'll give you some instructions. So below is some information around a flyer I would like to develop for my frat. Can you help? A trick is called 10x. If you ask it to 10x something, it is a shorthand to pretty much make it more powerful, right? Can you 10x help what we crafted thus far? Incorporating info around Black excellence. Alright, so then you hit enter, and then we'll let this do its thing. No, for real, like I ain't never had the screen open up like that. Oh, well, yeah, and shout out to Claude, the company that created Claude is called Anthropic. They used to work for ChatGPT. They're creating an ethical AI. So then you'll go to Copilot, right? So you got your information from both of those tools, right? Now, develop several images with the following context. I don't know how good this is going to be because I don't pay for Copilot, but just as long as y'all are able to see that, you know, if you use each of these tools independently and then like take the information from each one of them and so we got 3 minutes left. So like y'all see how quick I just did that? Now the trick is using Poe, right? Poe is a tool that has everything. So it has Claude, it has the new actually it has ChatGPT versions and all these things. It got Llama, you shouted out Llama earlier, right? So it's one of those, it's like a trick, it's a shortcut where y'all in college, y'all gotta pay for these tools. And don't pay nobody to teach you how to use these tools. Man, holla at me, man. I'm super available, man. But like the biggest thing is with this one, it has everything that you would ever need in any of these tools without going in and out of them. I think we got like 2 minutes left, so I think we'll be good on time. I'll shout out Meta AI just because it just came out with an upgrade. You know, I like Meta AI. Let's see. Oh, actually, that will work for us. Let's see what this is. With that a little bit, but like Meta AI makes images as well, and then I guess in closing, really, brother Ken, appreciate you letting me come out here and do this. I really love doing this kind of work. If y'all know anybody who is really interested in identifying generative AI solutions, I'm definitely available to work with them, and I'm flexible on budgets. You know, this is a side hustle passion of mine, so you know, I'm not trying to hit people over the head unless they're corporations and then I want all the money. Yeah, so write these tools down just so we're on the same page. So make sure y'all look at ChatGPT, MidJourney, Gemini. Perplexity is a dope tool. If y'all haven't ever seen that, that's the name of it. Perplexity, Copilot, and yeah, man, like that's pretty much everything. Man, I'm glad that you got to lock in today. Does anybody else have any other questions that I can answer for y'all?
Have you seen those AIs again? Those tools again?
Mm-hmm. So actually, I'll give y'all one better. Anybody who wants access to this is my open source prompt library. It's super dense, but yeah, while we're in here, man, these two names, check them out. Amon and then X are individuals who came to the last two Invest Fest and talked about AI. Both of them super dope people, and they black. Amon, all his education, undergrad, grad, and like he was all HBCUs, right? So they're out here making sure that AI is actually, doing what it's supposed to do as far as like not being biased. I mean, like a lot of it is, but it's definitely one of those things where when you lock in with the right folks, you'll be ideal. Oh, and then radio FYI, that's another one. Write that down. Those are all the tools that we just talked about, though. So y'all take a picture of that and then just tell ChatGPT to build on that. But radio FYI, the homie Will I Am came out to Invest Fest and had just a super dope presentation, and he gave feedback on that tool. If you use that tool, they had an actual Earlier Leisure channel. And then me and my wife, we went to Aruba recently, and it helped us with creating our agenda. Guys are in Aruba, go to Baby Beach. Baby Beach is super dope, and the tool told me how to do that, you know. And yeah, man, any other questions? Talk to me.
You got a business card out here?
I do. Let me see. I should have a QR code up here. So. Copy the link. Oh. Stuff that AI can preview right here. Yeah, that's not. Click that link. Let me know if that doesn't go. But that has email, website, LinkedIn, Cash App. If you want to show people what's in cash, I'm out here for free because you know Alpha Phi and yeah. Oh, Brother Glover, hey man, this is my guy right here. I didn't even see him right here. This is my guy. I love this guy, man. Yeah, he's stuck here, but yeah, that's my info, man. Like, y'all need to come to the chapter at y'all school to do the same presentation a little more in depth with use cases. You know, I'm open to it. Tell the university come and check out, you know. And yeah, any other questions though, man? I'm definitely glad to be here. Going once, going twice. Ladies in the back, thank y'all for being here. My wife and my mom, appreciate you. I'm gone about the corporate spot, and then in closing, just because this is an alpha function, you know the vibes. I got to shout out to Beta, man. Shout out to my boys, man. 471 all day, man. Thank y'all very much.
Eastern Region staff. I was the associate director of this period, and he was the director. So that year we were trying to work out a way for college brothers to, I would say this is what we do with competition, because we were looking at a way to, like, for college brothers to, like, judge who's the best of the best in the region. So we had this, like, seven-star report card there. But yeah, shout out to Big Rogers. It was actually brother Jamal Moses from Zeta that had the idea to bring Brother Rogers here. I guess he saw the presentation before and said that the brothers would find not only value in it, but I would appreciate the message and how they speak. So let's give it for Brother Moses for we do have our brother district director, Brother Kevin Glover. I'm going to allow him to speak as I told you we would do so. Brother Glover.